done. You're done. Sorry, but you're done.
You listening?
Yeah. You good?
Yeah, I am looking. I still don't see the chat, but it doesn't say chat is restricted. Well, this is their old live stream. Your channel. Live. Here we
Yeah,
go.
no, the new one's up.
Yeah, and chat is on. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
We got another subscriber just now. I swear we were just at 5 or 6.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, you motherfucker. You haven't subscribed yet? Oh
I was on
my
a different account.
yet. Okay. Anyways, we're alive. We're here. We haven't been on for a while since it was mainly me. I kept on partying. So
But yeah, I mean, we've gotten the ends of the seasons now. I think we were 3 weeks ago. We pretty much knew what was going on with most of them. It was really just the Premier League. Sporting also won that in between that time, but we already
Yeah.
kind of knew that was happening. PSG obviously.
What do you think about the FA Cup yesterday?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of an interesting one, right? Between Liverpool and Klopp leaving, that seems to almost be the bigger news in a weird way after the Prem win. No one
Bro,
really cared.
there's so much that is going on in the footy world, and since we haven't been live, like we're just gonna be talking about everything, right? Like
Hmm.
look at what happened to Barcelona. Xavi's like, yeah, I'm gonna leave after the season, blah blah blah, right? Because he was kind of done with Barcelona. He still loves Barcelona. He's a Barcelona fan, right? Like
Yeah.
he grew up with the club, or not? I don't know. If he grew up with the club, but like that was his club, you know. Xavi was made and fucking everything at fucking Barcelona, but he's like, yeah, I'm gonna leave after the end of the season. You know, it's been rough. He wants to leave. He thinks maybe someone else could do better, even though he did fine. It's just they can't perform when they're in like a financial crisis.
Yeah.
He does an interview. He basically does like what Ronaldo did at Man U, and then the president didn't like that. After begging Xavi to stay, and then Xavi's like, okay, fine, I'll stay. After
Hmm.
begging him to stay, and then he goes on an interview and says like, yo, like Barcelona is in a financial crisis, like we can't fight, and all that stuff, but we're still Barcelona. We're still gonna try our best and fight with the Barcelona spirit and all that stuff. And then the president didn't like that and sacked him.
Yeah, it's kind of weird in Barca right now. I mean, even like we're looking at like the team itself, and Felix has been playing great, but they're not going to be continuing the contract.
Well,
They said
no,
they're going
because
to
they
be
don't have
getting.
the money. That's the thing. Barcelona doesn't have money for anything.
They are keeping Cancelo. They said no matter what, though.
Well,
So
we'll see if they can fucking get the money.
yeah, you know who is going to be getting sacrificed is probably De Jong. I heard De Jong
Probably.
might be going to the Prem.
Well,
Um,
they wanted to sell
Manchester
Dion for
United.
so long, and Dion
Manchester
didn't want
United
to
does
leave.
not want him.
I don't think Dion wants to go to Man U. There was a rumor last time. There was a rumor, what, 2-3 years ago, that he was gonna go to Man U, and he really didn't want to go. And then
Mhm.
he stayed at Barcelona because he didn't want to leave Barcelona. But like I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Like Barcelona has been playing decent. Like yeah, they're not the best right now, but they made it to second. They overcame Girona by one point right now, and they still have one less game. Everybody else has 38 games, and Barcelona has 37.
Yeah, they have to play the last one, I think, today.
Yeah, so like it's not that bad. Like they didn't do that bad. I just can't believe they just did that to Xavi just because he went on an interview. Why are all these like just tell the truth. Your stock
Mm.
market or whatever is not going to crash just cuz you like said the truth. Well,
Yeah, I mean,
it
I'm
could
just
go both
glad that
ways, but it
people.
depends. You're still
I'm just
performing
glad
when
people are talking
sorry?
in general. I'm just glad people are talking in general,
Well,
like
yeah,
against clubs and stuff. You know what I mean these days? Because it's like Chelsea's had this problem too, where it's like they keep bringing in these managers, say they're gonna stick with them, make them leave. I've been hearing that the new guy, for Todd Bowley, right? He's been like the face with like one other guy, and now he's not been at the games. He's barely there. The other guy's making the decisions. He wants to keep
but it's
Poch
these
in, then they
clubs,
get rid of him anyways. It's
the
like it's a
these
mess.
clubs. I find it so stupid for them to be like, it's the manager's fault when it's not.
No, most of the time
They
it's the
think,
owner.
yeah, it's always it's the owners. They think bringing in the manager has to just bring up morale. They think morale is just the deciding factor, but it's not. Like, they're
Hmm.
not the ones that are paying the fucking players.
Yeah, I mean,
So look, okay, there's so much we're gonna be talking about, and I know I'm jumping all over the place.
but this is a good
But
combo because there's
look at
going around
Porto.
every club.
I don't know if you heard about the Porto. So you know how Vila Boas won the presidency. So now
Yeah,
he's our
yeah.
new president. Pinto Costa left. The
Hmm.
last 3 months, Porto hasn't been paying their players.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they
I
haven't
didn't
been
even hear
paying.
about that.
There's a whole thing. They haven't been paying their players. And you know what? Every month, Pinto Costa was paying his daughter $1 million out of Porto. His daughter. So he was paying his daughter, but not the players that play for Porto.
Mm.
So via Boas, he's discovering all these freaking things. And he's like, okay, we're fucking changing this. He paid all the players out of his own pocket.
Oh wow.
Because Porto doesn't have enough money. They're not, like, there's so much stuff that went wrong. And Peter Costa is just at the top of it because he's the one that's doing all these decisions. He brought his, I think his son, I don't know if it was his son or if it was a brother. No, I think it was his son, to do like the transfer stuff. And all the decisions went downhill after that.
Yeah.
Apparently the
No.
vice president has like one of the top grossing earners in fucking Porto. The fuck is he doing? He's barely doing shit all. He's supposed to be the right hand man to the presidency. Why is he a top earner?
You would think in
There's
this day and age that like football would be more structured in a sense, right?
yeah, but
Like
still,
between the owners and the
yeah.
management and everything, but it's just it really isn't. And you're seeing this on every club. Like
Everything
if
is
you really,
unraveling now. Like, people knew
yeah,
about it. Like, it's like a little like mafia type thing. Like, FIFA obviously rigs the matches, right? There's a whole controversy on that. There's a whole FIFA documentary, remember? There's
well,
a
yeah.
whole thing. So
I mean,
you'll see this everywhere, everywhere. Of course, there's gonna be rigging. Whatever. It is what it is.
what do you think? Again, just going back to the FA Cup about like those penalty shouts that they
I
didn't
think Holland
VAR
should have got
doesn't
a
check.
penalty. He was going on to goal, but he just held him
Someone
down.
holding him down.
It's just because he's the big guy thinking they can
Yeah,
overtake him. I think that's what we were talking about yesterday.
yeah.
So
If that is Aguero, if that's a small Aguero getting held down, going with his foot towards the
yep,
ball, about to score, and he's getting pushed down to the ground, that's a penalty.
that's the thing. And he's like, "Oh, VAR is not going to change the decision, or no, the referee is not going to change the decision, even if VAR wants to."
Yeah,
I heard
it's
that
stupid.
commentary. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And it would have been a
It's
tie. Would have been a tie if they did it, and then it would have been
it
to
would have
extra
been.
time and then penalties. But no, they didn't do it.
So what do you think then? Because the proposal got put forward in the Premier League to get rid of VAR for next season, right?
That is the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard.
Honestly, at
VAR
this
has been
point,
saving so many goals and making it more interesting at points. Because like when it's these critical decisions, when you could tie it up the game, or freaking
yeah,
like a 90th minute goal, and then it gets disallowed, but then it got reinstated because it was actually a goal, and that's what
yeah,
for winning the game. Like after being tied, and then you win a winning game, a goal. Yo,
yeah.
like it
That's
makes
why,
it more
it
like
does
whoa, you know.
it does more good than bad.
And people think it's bad, but it's not. It's showing you the truth.
I mean, it's definitely bad in some senses,
Because then
but,
you're
you know,
given the ref.
Offside goals,
No,
goals that are
it,
onside,
it,
not
it
offside.
just goes back to the ref making all the decisions.
Too much power. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that
That's
just
what
gives the
I mean,
clubs like Barcelona back then paying the ref, or Real Madrid. You
Juventus.
never know. Like all this stuff, these clubs going back just paying the ref.
Yeah, the thing is with VAR is that it has to be a set precedent against, like over everything. Like the
Yeah,
way that it gets ruled in one league, in one
and the
game,
thing
has to
is,
be ruled everywhere the same because it's not, and that's the
yeah,
problem. There's still this weird interpretation
and
that gets brought up with some stuff.
and yes, some people will still pay the ref and VAR, because there's some matches they'll be like, oh, it goes to VAR, but then they don't show the VAR.
Which is that's the
And
weirdest part for me.
that
That's
that
the
is
weirdest.
the most sketchiest shit. It happened in the FIFA, and that's how Argentina kept on going up, because they kept on saying VAR, and they never showed the VAR.
They never show, yeah, and the same thing with even like recently
Because
the Al Hilal versus Al
everybody
Nassr game.
knows it's not a penalty, not a foul, nothing. They're like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is that? Why are they calling that? Why is that a foul? Right?
It
Why
makes
is VAR
zero
saying it? And then they don't show it. They're like, oh, it goes to
How does
VAR.
90% of the time VAR comes up, it gets shown because that's the whole point of VAR,
Yeah.
and then on the times you know it's not, it
They-
doesn't show it,
Yeah.
and commentators never talk about it. They never call
No,
it out.
some of the commentators do call it out. They're like, oh, they're not showing the VAR. I heard
yeah,
it.
I mean, like,
I
they
heard
have
it
to.
in the World Cup. I heard it during the World Cup that they're like, why aren't they showing the VAR? They just started playing and now it's reinstated, and then they just start going on with the game because they have to do their job. But I was like, whoa.
Yeah, but they have to show it. Like
They
they
have
have to at
to.
least
They
pop it up in a
can't-
corner or something.
Yeah, they can't be doing that. I ran out of water already.
Yeah, it's this big discussion right now because again, obviously football's always dramatic, but again, between managers, between the referee decisions, between how they're doing contracts, players transfers, all these teams getting deducted points, football has a big problem in general, and right now all we're doing is adding more teams to the Champions League, changing the format, adding this new Club World Cup format, Nations League, all these games. Like we're just shoving more and more football down the throats and just giving people kind of what they want. But at the same time, we're just running into more injuries, more problems. These clubs are all in debt. I mean, football's not like if you're buying a football team to make money, you're in the wrong business anyways. Like
Yeah.
it's not right, but there is a way to do it, right? Benfica clearly has a really smart policy with how they do it, and not many teams can replicate it. I mean, Brighton did well, or teams do good for a bit, like a Monaco that they get an Mbappe, Bernardo Silva, and all these Fabinho in, and then they sell it, and then they go down the drain, and they find it hard to keep continuing on to find that talent. But if we're looking at the root of football's problem right now, I think it's between the owners, which is the biggest problem because we have all these people coming in, and these clubs are getting absolutely flushed down the drain. Ever since the Russian owner in Chelsea, it's gone down the drain.
No,
there.
I know, I feel that. But again, it's the owners, like what we were talking about before.
Yeah, I mean,
If I heard
even,
that right, yeah. Like you're saying, like the
Yeah,
clubs are
the
going down
owner.
the drain.
It's the owner.
It's all the owners.
I mean, and
if
FIFA as a whole.
if they didn't force, it's that Russian guy that owned Chelsea. If they
Yeah.
didn't force him to sell just because Russia was invading Ukraine, which is sad, but he has nothing to do with that. It was just because he was Russian,
Yeah,
and he was doing good
I mean,
things
I
for
think
Chelsea.
I think he technically knew Vladimir Putin as well, but I mean, it's not.
I'm not. Too
Is that a
sure.
reason to make
But
you have to sell the
he
club?
was actually doing wonders for Chelsea. They won the
Yeah.
Champions League, and then they had to fucking sell the club.
Yeah, pretty much. Even now, like one thing I wanted to touch on too was Bayern Munich, right? Like,
Oh.
so you have Nel Guzman,
Hold up.
great
Let me
manager.
go there because I'm on fucking Liga Portugal right now.
No.
Because what I wanted to talk about here in the Portuguese league is the qualifications. Right?
Yeah,
we touched
we're definitely gonna get into
we
that.
touched on it a little bit last time, but like
Mhm.
Sporting won the league. They get to go automatically. But we only have one spot. Now Benfica's in second. They have to fight to get into the Champions League.
No,
Yes. It's Champions League qualification.
because I think the final game has to be played. But Benfica's going to be getting automatic qualification as long as, because Atalanta won the Europa League, they
Oh,
go into the Champions League. So
yeah.
because of something like that, I think Benfica now go also into the Champions League because it kicked out a team, and then because Manchester United also won the FA Cup, it kicks Tottenham out of Europa Conference League, and then the team that was fifth go into the Europa League. A bunch of movements basically happen because of teams that have won competitions, and I
Yeah,
think
but
Benfica get automatic qualification
Tottenham goes into Europa League. Tottenham's in Europa League. They're fifth.
fifth. So who was sixth?
Chelsea. Chelsea's in Europa Conference League qualification.
And then who was seventh?
Newcastle, which it doesn't have any.
Yeah, Newcastle don't get European football anymore.
No,
That's what it
they
was.
don't. The seventh place doesn't even get anything. It's nothing.
If
They're just mid-table.
no, it was something like if
But
if
I
City
don't I
won the
don't I don't
FA
understand
Cup,
how
they
that all
would have
things
got
work. I honestly, like, I have to figure it out,
confusing.
and I don't see where you can figure that out. I wish
No,
they show you.
it's all on Twitter, and people like go into data analysis to figure it out. Because even I saw something of Germany with
Like,
Leverkusen win, and then if Dortmund win the Champions League, something also
you know,
happens because of qualification. So
you know what I wish would happen if, like, you go into Champions League right now, like on FootMob, not sponsored by the way, but FootMob. I'll pull it up right now. Excuse me. So this is FootMob here. Like, imagine you go into Champions League, okay, and you click the table so you can see all the groups. Just like when you go into the Euros and you click table, and it'll show you the
mhm.
groups already. And then even if all the groups are not there, like it'll be missing, then they'll show you like question marks or something, right? Or it'll show
Yeah,
you where it's supposed to be coming from. I think Champions League should have that, but I understand why they don't, because they do the pool, right?
yeah.
But I think they should have like a table that shows all the teams that qualified already that are in the pool before they get into these groups.
Hmm. I think the reason like we also have added confusion is because of the extra teams new league format that's happening next year for Champions League.
Right.
I think that also confuses what teams go in because of like how a weird point system and who qualifies and which competition matters. So that also contributes to who gets what spot. Because I don't know if it was Italy or somewhere else. Somewhere also loses another spot.
Well,
Entering into the Champions League as well from
I
a
have a good
really good league.
feeling, and you said it already. I'm pretty sure it's the Serie A, Italy.
Yeah,
Just because Atlanta. What? The thing is, though, Atlanta came fifth. They're already
but they won
going.
the Europa Leagues. But
Yeah.
so that's what I mean. They qualify now over
But they're
another
already
team.
qualified in the table.
So there you go. So because they've qualified, I think it
In
opens
the
up a
Serie A.
spot.
But does
That's
it.
what I mean. Like it opens
Oh.
up a spot because Atalanta won, right? So that's why I think Benfica could get in
But wouldn't.
automatically.
Okay, that makes sense, because then
Because we have 80
I would
points.
have been like, okay, then that should have gone to Leverkusen, but Leverkusen already won since they won the league.
They already qualified too, right?
So then
And then Dortmund, if they beat Real Madrid, that could be
they're already
also
qualified.
double
They're fifth.
qualification. Exactly. So you
So
have a bunch of teams that are already double
it just keeps on, yeah, it just keeps
qualified.
on going down the ladder, I guess. It's just hard to like
It does
decipher everything. Like,
because this Champions League could also include a bunch of like lower teams, right? They take only like maybe the top from like two from Eredivisie and stuff
where's
like that, right?
what about League
But
One?
they're taking a few smaller teams, but they're only going to be taking one team. So if teams double qualify in the big leagues, then they look into those
Yeah.
leagues like again Portuguese, Netherlands, Belgium potentially, and pull a few teams from there that are doing well. Because again, I think that one reason why Benfica will be an automatic qualification is because they have 80 points in their league, right? Which is like that's a good amount of points compared to maybe another team from I don't know, let's say even England, right? That's fifth or sixth, but they're on like 50 points. It doesn't make sense to take them.
Yeah. Sorry, A B C D E F G H I found it. Sorry, I hate how Portugal is not in the freaking the
Top
leagues.
five.
No, not in the
Don't
top
worry.
five for Foot Mob. It says top leagues. So then there's Premier League, Champions League, La Liga, FIFA World Cup,
Yeah.
Serie A, Bundesliga, Europa League, and then it gives me MLS.
Yeah.
And then League One and Euros. So I'm like, why the fuck is this giving me MLS?
Isn't it funny though how like Portugal was a top five league, but I almost guarantee you now that Mbappe is leaving PSG, we're gonna get that back.
Yeah, probably. Like we have
If you
three. We
really
have
look at League
we
One,
have 4 really good um teams. Everybody else is
hmm
still like in the building stages. They're the they're just in building stages, you know?
yeah. I mean, the problem with the Portuguese league again is that all the teams are gonna be doing amazing.
Sorry.
With Porto not having to sell and not having money to buy, Sporting having to sell a little bit and not being able to really purchase anybody crazy. Benfica is probably going to sell because they want to invest in youth and buy a few big players. I mean, Cabral's going. I have that confirmed. Yeah, I'm just going to run through a list. Benfica, Di Maria's leaving.
Really?
Uh,
Where's Diamir going?
Probably back to Argentina. I saw a post yesterday that Otamendi's wife said, "I'm gonna be missing you guys." So that almost confirms Di Maria's leaving instead of doing the 1 year extension.
Damn. I like seeing
João
Di
Neves
Maria.
could still be a big signing. Not guaranteed yet, but João Neves will probably go to like a Manchester United or City because both of them want them. And when that happens, one of them always bids more and gets the player. Antonio Silva could be going to, I heard, potentially Arsenal or there's another Prem team that's interested, or I think it's Man U as well because they're losing Varane. They're losing Casemiro, which is a defensive option. Johnny Evans obviously isn't good. Harry Maguire is out the door. They're going to need a lot of center back.
Harry Maguire. Oh,
Yeah, he's gone. Um. So yeah, and we still need a left back. We still need a backup right back. We're going to need another center
Yeah,
mid.
you guys are gonna be
To come in.
shopping.
We're going to need a right mid. Rafa's gone. He's gone off to Saudi Arabia, so he's fucking gone. So we're left with Marcus Leonardo, which I like, but we need an actual real proven striker, and he can be the backup. We're gonna need another right wing, not just Rochester. He'll be the backup. He's good. We're gonna need another Cam. João Mario might be out the door because he's old. Like Benfica's gonna be doing a bit of a rebuild themselves, like every Portuguese team.
Yeah.
But we are definitely in the best position where we actually have the money to spend on all the positions. We are keeping the coach as well. I heard that wasn't up for contention, but we are keeping Schmidt, which I'm glad because I
Yeah,
do like
I
him.
do remember you like mentioning and saying that like Schmidt might leave
Yeah,
or something, or because like they weren't like they weren't liking whatever he was doing at the time or something like that. I don't really
he just
remember.
gets stubborn
Yeah,
with the players he picks. But now that he'll actually get to build the team with the players he wants, I'm actually looking forward to that. I think it'll be really good. And again, with the lower quality probably going to be coming from Sporting and Porto, and if he brings in the players he
well,
wants in the
the
system
thing
he wants,
is,
I think he'll be able to win the league
for
100% next
Porto,
year.
we're gonna be selling. I think Diego Costa is gonna be leaving. He's one of our best players that only will give us the most money right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think,
Oh,
and I know teams want him. So
yeah.
there goes our goalie. So I don't know what the
I also
hell
have
we're
some
gonna be
bad
doing.
news
What?
for you guys as well.
Oh,
We also just got another 50 million in the door.
yeah, I
You
know.
know
Of
what?
course. Is it
You know
some
what?
16-year-old?
No, 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 no. We got signed to Prime. Prime hydration. We got the Prime money. They
Oh
pick
my
one team in
God,
every league.
Prime.
Everyone won it. Arsenal, right? Benfica
You know
now.
what I want to see? I want to see Kappa jerseys for Porto again.
just goes doesn't even bring up the hydration
Yeah,
company. Just like boom,
I don't care
just forget
anymore.
it.
I want so like I saw this thing and it was like all the makers for Porto, right? And like where we stood and like we did really good with Nike, but like the Kappa ones were just like
No, Capital is definitely nice.
if you guys want to see the Kappa jerseys for Porto, I'll bring it up right now.
Which,
Kappa.
speaking of, the new jersey should be releasing decently soon. I mean, all the Prem is always quick to release first at the end of the season.
Sorry, I'm
Um,
showing them right now the Kappa jerseys. Like look at these.
we should be getting
This is
Benfica, Porto, and Sporting jerseys. Actually, Sporting unveiled their
oh
home jersey. Sporting did do it already.
oh oh sorry. Now I love long sleeve jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
I wish
They're
I
nice.
can buy them.
It's tough to find.
It
Yeah.
is like I can only thrift them, and I haven't seen like a good jersey that was long sleeve that's thriftable. I think back when we used to go thrifting in Toronto,
Mm-hmm.
I think we saw one, but it was just completely destroyed.
Yeah.
So
I got lucky with the Thierry Henry long sleeve. That I love that jersey.
yeah, the art, yeah.
I was gonna ask, is there any jerseys from this season that you're looking to purchase now that it's the end of the season, potentially on a discount or something?
That's a good
Because I think I
question.
have three right now.
That's a good question. I have
Um,
one I want to buy next year,
yeah,
and it's a Barcelona.
yeah,
You know that kit that I sent you on Instagram?
mm,
It's
yeah,
that
yeah.
one. So I wanted a
I
Felix,
like that one
but
too.
if Felix is leaving, it's probably gonna be Cancelo. I just want like a
Yeah.
Portuguese player, obviously.
Well,
Um,
I'm gonna buy that kit 100% if Bernardo makes the move. Like,
yeah, but at the same time, it's hard because they're in a financial crisis. So,
oh, sorry, this is where that comes in. I was gonna talk about this transfer. I heard that Pep wants Pedri.
oh, so you think they're gonna be a swap? Yeah,
Yeah,
that could
we'll
be a
swap.
thing. That could be a thing. I can see that. But
Because
Pep,
Pedri's
I
probably
don't.
worth around
Did
80
you see what
million.
Pep
Bernardo's
said?
probably worth about 80 million. It makes
No,
sense.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
that
obviously
makes
one's
sense.
older, but Barcelona kind of wants the immediate success. They've been like that for a while.
Yeah,
They keep selling the youngsters. Ansu Fati, they drove into the ground till he got so many injuries. Now he's at Brighton, not doing shit.
yeah.
They have that new guy on the wing, Yamal. They were going to do the same thing with him. They did the same thing with Pedri. They get a good youngster that
Gabby.
actually knows how to
Yeah,
play football. They play every game, every minute.
yeah.
And I could see Pedri actually wanting to maybe go with Pep because Barca. I like the way Barca play. I like the players they bring in. I like
But
the
I think
team
he'll
that they have.
suit he'll his style will suit Pep's style.
100%, and that's why I think it works
Yeah.
because he is going to be the real replacement for Gundogan.
But the thing is, Pep's not gonna stay there for long. He already came out saying that he wants a new challenge.
2 more years.
Yeah.
No, he said he's going to stay though. But 2 more years. Um, Mateus Nunez is getting sold. That's 100% a fact. As well. So
Well,
Kovacic,
okay,
we don't
hold
know
up.
what.
Who do you think is gonna stay at Manchester United? Because apparently they're putting up 20, 24 or 23 players out of their 26 roster.
The only players that are staying 100%, and even technically he could go for the right money, is Bruno Fernandes.
Mm-hmm.
Hoyland's gonna stay for sure.
Yeah, Hoyland's
Like,
good. Do you think
I mean, like
Garnacho?
they're not gonna sell him yet. I mean, he didn't do amazing, but I don't think they're gonna sell him yet.
Yeah.
Delot, player of the season. I
Player
like
of the
that he
season,
got
yeah,
that.
I saw that. But like, there's
I'm
also
excited.
Garnacho. There's Maino, who's
Garnacho's
been good.
definitely
Like,
the Garnacho.
there's a lot of players that deserve to stay. But at the same time, I'm not too sure who the hell is gonna go. Like
Anybody that's good deserves to stay because technically the team's down a shitter right now. But
yeah, but it's not their fault. It's fucking
no, but
it's
deserve to
the
stay is almost
club.
not even the right. they almost the good players deserve to leave. That's how I see
Yeah,
it. Like
but like
Garnacho would be a great buy for like that. Like that would be such a great buy for like again a big club that needs that pacey winger. Like that's almost a great like if Barcelona is getting rid of Felix, that's a good replacement,
that
young winger
is
replacement
that
on the
is.
left wing for Barca.
I was thinking Barcelona. Cause I'm like, but I know for a fact he would rather go to Real Madrid since he's a huge Ronnie fan.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
and
don't
he's
see
not going to
him
Real.
at Real Madrid, especially with
No,
the
I mean
team that
Mbappe's
Real Madrid
confirmed.
is at right now. I don't think he's better than any of those players. He's a good
What?
player. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Garnacho's a fantastic player,
I
but
like
I
him.
don't see he's
I like.
Real Madrid potential yet. And
I
I'm
don't
just saying
know.
yet. I'm saying yet. He
I don't
can grow
know.
a
Like,
lot. But look, Madrid's gonna be bringing in Alfonso Davies
yeah,
and
that'd be nice.
Mbappe. Mbappe said that he's gonna leave PSG. So
What do you think about their midfield? Because Cruz is gone.
yeah, Cruz
Modric is Modric should be
has
going too.
yeah, but he signed a 1 year deal.
I saw that. I saw that. But I don't think he's gonna
He's not going to be
gonna be
playing that much.
starting.
I think he's going to be more taking on that teaching role for the youngsters, and
Exactly.
that's it. It's kind of like
Um.
Casillas came to Porto. When Casillas
Yeah.
came to Porto,
Exactly.
he was teaching all the youngsters, the goalkeepers. And look, now like Diego Costa is a fucking machine because of him. Yeah,
Mhm.
here and there it makes a little mistake, but then he knows what he did wrong. He won't do it again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I'm just thinking like,
he's gonna
who-
be a teaching he's gonna be teaching the youngsters. There who's that youngster Guler?
Gurley. Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
about to mention him. Like
He
they have more good attacking options right now.
they
Obviously
do.
Valverde is good, but
A
like
lot.
who gets brought in as like that defensive presence? Because they didn't really get a replacement for Casemiro, and now they're getting rid of their deep line playmaker
Okay,
and
so
Cruz.
for their midfielders, they have Caballos, Camavinga, Toshamendi, Valverde,
Yeah, Camavinga and
Bellingham,
Putra.
and then you got Modric and Cruz. So Cruz is gone. At the same
Modric is gonna be. Mhm.
at the same time, some of these forwards could be dropping back, but I don't see it. I don't really see it. I think Valverde will be taking in the Cruz, taking over Cruz. 'Cause I think they play
Mhm.
kind of similar in a
I
way.
don't know. I think more Tchouaméni.
Or yes,
I
but
I
like
think
Cruz,
Tchouaméni would take that, and
Mendy is the one will be taking over from Casemiro. 'Cause I think Mendy is more of a CDM type of player.
yeah,
I can see it, like he's more
so they play in the four
defensive.
three three for the most part. I
Yeah,
mean, and then Valverde, and then
and then
obviously Bellingham.
Bellingham is more of an attacking. I find.
Yeah, but he's a part of the
Yeah,
attacking.
but he
He's
plays
an
center.
attacking
He's
midfield.
just strictly CM. That's it. I don't see him going back and being a center defensive mid. I don't think he is really built like that. He's built like a David Beckham kind of way. Like he sends those balls. He freaking
Mhm.
he'll take those shots. Like he is a good player. He's a good midfielder. He has that eyesight. He can see everything.
Yeah.
His vision
The
is
other
freaking
question
insane.
is, does Real Madrid actually go out and buy a real striker now, or
Well,
do they
yeah,
still play with the
because look,
lemon midfield?
they're buying. Someone has to
But he's
go,
gonna play on the
but
left.
they're buying Mbappe.
Yeah, but he's gonna play the left side.
You think he's gonna play left side? He already came out. Mbappe already came out that he likes to play. His preferred position is a striker.
No, he says left wing.
No, he said striker. You want to look it up?
Where I almost guarantee that every time he gets put in the striker, he actually gets pissed because he doesn't have the space to run him behind. He always lacks goals when he plays striker. But you have Vinny on the left, and that's why Rodrigo is probably going to be leaving Real because he already doesn't like to play on the right. Now you have two left wingers coming into the team. I mean, if you can get them all to gel and Mbappe does play striker, Vinny on the left and Rodrigo on the right, I mean that's a pretty scary attack to face. But from what I hear is like they all want to play left wing. I think they get rid of Rodrigo.
No, they're. Oh, 1 sec. I'm looking for his preferred position. Right here. Kylian Mbappe's best position is as a central striker, according
Mm,
to PSG's coach Tuchel.
yeah, and then Tuchel got fired, so
No, but that's his.
because he couldn't.
But that's his preferred position.
From what I've heard, he likes the left, but
No, like he likes the left, but he prefers the striker. He always plays as a left. I've always seen him playing as a left, but he doesn't like the left. He does.
I thought
If he
I
plays the
thought
left,
he
he'll
needs
have to
space,
run
you
back a
know?
lot. And then people are saying on Reddit that it's gonna be right here. Vinny, Mbappe, and Rodrigo are probably the three most talented forwards in the world, bar of Haaland, I guess. If they can't play together in a 4-3-3, then it won't be their abilities that stops them, and it will be their personalities. But
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. It's like from what I'm
it's
hearing
just,
from reports, like that's gonna be the issue.
but like, look, you can see Rodrigo right, Vinny on the left, and Mbappe in the center,
Yeah. No,
and
that's the ideal. That is ideal. Like
that will
I'm just
be
hearing that
insane.
that might be it might be hard to get that to work.
I don't think so because they're all pacey, so they'll all keep up with each other.
Not in that sense. I mean, personality wise and like ego wise and stuff.
That
Because
I'm not
I
too sure. That I'm not too sure. I don't know their personalities. I haven't watched them religiously every single day. You know, like I don't
well,
know how that is.
we know Mbappe has an ego, and it's like if he wants to play a certain position, that's what he's gonna do,
Well,
right? So
yeah, and we're gonna be seeing that, but it just depends with the coach too. The coach will just be like, no, this is your best position. You're gonna have to play this. It's what happened
hmm
with Cancelo. It happened with Neuer. Neuer was a striker before he was a goalkeeper. Cancelo was a forward before he was a defender.
hmm
There's a whole bunch of players that were changed their whole career because they were in the wrong position and the coach realized this is your best position. And now look at them, they're on the big stage
Yeah,
and
I
they're
mean, I think the
performing
one
like
thing
it's
that
crazy.
would make
Alfonso
sense.
Davies, he was a forward and his best position is a left back or a left wing back.
Debatable.
And for Canada, he plays as a left mid and sometimes as a
Yeah,
forward. But
yeah, because I
if
actually don't think
and
Alfonso Davies' defensive abilities are
they're
insane.
I
I
find
just
that
think he's
they're
so
they're
fast that
they're
nobody gets
still
past
good.
him.
No, because he has
Like
the
he's good. That's
pace.
what I'm saying. He's just like he's so pacey that it's hard to get in behind him.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
then
that's the true
and
best
it
part of
depends
it.
on right now, like at Bayern. Sorry, there we go. I had a brain fart there. I don't think there's someone that could really teach him how to play it professionally there, like that position. If he comes to freaking Real Madrid, he got David Alaba to teach him. You know, I don't know if Mendy.
Rudiger,
Well,
Carvajal
yeah,
have been
but
there a long time. Camavinga is already converted to left
if you're
back.
saying all
Like
that stuff, yeah, like you got Militao, Mendy, Rudiger, Nacho is meh. Carvajal, he's been there for so
even
long.
Mendy's good. Mendy's
Yeah, but I'm saying like there's all these players that will actually show him the ropes on how to defend better,
yeah.
right? And then he already has that mentality on how to run up and cross. I think he'll be the closest thing as a Marcelo since
hmm
Marcelo left for that Real Madrid. He will
Yeah.
be the new Marcelo.
I was gonna say so. Just back to that point on Bayern, because I was gonna bring it up. Um, back on that manager conversation, just quickly. What do you think about Vincent Company becoming the manager
A Bayern?
After getting Burnley relegated? They got rid of Now Guzman. Now Guzman was great. They still fired him for Tuchel. Tuchel did fuck all, right? Got fired, and then I don't even know who is the coach now. I forget.
Well, right
Like,
now it still says Tuchel.
okay, so sorry, it was Tuchel. He's getting fired, and now, yeah, Vincent Company's going there because apparently his football is so innovative. But he went to Burnley and got relegated. So right now, that's like the big thing too um,
Tuchel, like
with
I
like,
didn't know they showed
yeah,
stats for coaches.
yeah,
Tuchel's best stats as a coach was at
Cup
PSG.
competition. No way.
Yeah. PSG right here,
Yeah, because
2018 to
not because of him
2020.
though.
2018 to 2020. His win percentage is better with PSG because it's 91 wins,
Yeah, it makes
11
sense
draws,
because
whatever.
he's
Yeah.
in the he's in the French league, but he
But
actually played terrible there.
it is what it is. That's what it shows.
His the best. His best was when he went to Chelsea and won a Champions League.
Yeah,
There's
but he had
nothing
a
better than that.
63 win percentage with Chelsea.
Yeah, but again, it's Chelsea, right? Like,
Yeah.
um, he's a cup competition guy. Tuchel should actually become a manager for international competition because I think if he becomes the coach of a half decent nation, they would win. Like
Yeah.
he is good at that. Um, but yeah, between the managerial things happening, again, there's rumors of Jose potentially now going to be going back to a Chelsea, to a Spurs, because they
Who?
both are going to probably get a
Mourinho?
Mourinho. Yeah,
Hmm.
because I mean, now that Ten Hag won the FA Cup, I mean, there was talks of him getting sacked. If he does get sacked, he can go back to Man U. It's like the same three clubs that just can't get it right, keep getting rid of a manager and not sticking to
Yeah.
anything.
It is. It is. But
I mean,
Mourinho was the one that
Liverpool
brought
got their
that
new
fucking
manager.
Man U up to second. So I can see it, but at the same time, it's still the club's fault. It's what are they
Yeah,
doing to help their players? They're not buying new machines to help train them. They're not doing all this new stuff. They're not upgrading their facilities. What are they doing?
yeah,
They're just fighting with the manager
yeah,
and trying to tell
yeah,
the manager how to fucking play the team. But the manager knows best because he's the one that's actually one on one with the players. He's out there on the field training them. He's out there seeing their skills, seeing what is being approved and what's not, seeing their morale. It's the manager's job to do his own job. If the
hmm
club keeps on trying to step in, no, the club's job is to update the facilities, bring in stuff that would help the players grow and develop more. You know,
yeah. I definitely think that potentially Ten Hag stays now because he won a cup, but we'll know very, very soon.
that's his second cup.
Second,
Yeah,
what was the other one?
I don't
Carabao?
remember. I'm gonna check right now, but I know it's his
Because
second.
he lost the FA Cup last year to Man City.
Yeah, let me see here. It's some like small thing, I think. Squad, Den Haag.
Is it the Super Cup?
League
Because
Cup, League
Manchester
Cup.
United
It's the League Cup,
League?
the EFL Cup.
Yeah, that's the Carabao one, right?
Yeah, that was
Think
the
so.
22-23 season last year.
Yeah, then it had to be the Carabao.
Yeah, because I remember on social media just seeing something saying like Arsenal with their best team still won 0
Right.
trophies, and Ten Hag got 2 trophies with the worst freaking like doing the worst out of all the other managers at
hmm
Man U. So
Yeah, I mean, I still like Arteta as well. I mean, company was under Guardiola for a bit. Anybody that works with Guardiola ends up getting these big jobs. That's another reason why they're saying he goes to Bayern. Um, yeah, looking at the Prem, I think very soon we're gonna see. We'll find out who's gonna be managing Tottenham, Chelsea, and Man U. Like we'll know in the next 2, 3 weeks
yeah,
before the international competition. Because if Ten Hag will get fired soon, but again, I think he might stay and he'll actually build his team properly
yeah,
now that he won a cup. But I don't know. There's conflicting reports with Man U all the time, anyways.
it
Um,
is. We never really know what's gonna happen with them. Um, we want to talk about the Euros. I know you said that you want to talk about the Euros.
yeah. Yeah, I'm getting excited for it just because even not next weekend, but the weekend after, I'm going to be seeing Portugal versus Croatia, a friendly, and then the competition probably pretty much starts the week after that. So
Yeah.
it's pretty much here. It's close. Um, I've been looking at like the routes. Again, we got
To go
probably
to
the easiest
Germany?
group with
Oh.
Portugal.
Oh, sorry. I was like, oh, you're looking at routes to go to Germany? But
I don't
yeah,
know.
for For that, yeah, I can see that. If we do the knockouts, yeah, I can see.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, we are definitely going to be going through to round of 16. I mean, again, the top
Or
three teams,
yeah, yeah, okay, ciao.
top
Um,
three teams, right? For mostly with points. So out of the six, four of the third place teams go through. So it's almost a guaranteed round of 16.
ye-
In my opinion, if like Portugal don't make it to the final four, it's gonna be pretty much a failure. Because like even the team that we'd face coming out of the groups is most likely Switzerland, which we already battered in the round of 16 at the World Cup. So, and they're not playing the best football, so we should be making it there. Then in the semis, that's when there could be a couple different ones, but again, I think potentially a Netherlands potential like there's a lot of potentials here, but the teams there are teams that again Portugal should be beating,
mm-hmm.
right? And then it goes to a Portugal. Germany could be one, but again, the way Germany's played in the last I don't know how many years should be beating a Germany. Um, but again, they're at home, so that's an X factor, of course. But again, like or no, sorry, that could be a semifinal against Germany, a quarterfinal. Um, oh yeah, I was looking at it, but like the route's not terrible. Right. Our hardest team in the round of 16 will be Switzerland. The hardest team in the next one is probably Netherlands. And after that is going to be a Germany. And then in the final, it's most likely going to be a France or England on that side of the table. Uh, oh, no, I think Portugal can make it far, especially with the players we have. But I do think there is an X factor with England as well, making it to the finals last time.
Yeah,
Squad's
but
just better.
they
If you look
did.
at
You saw the release squad. They left out quite a bit of players.
Yeah, they left Rashford, but this is a pre-training squad, remember? So
It is.
technically, they could be bringing Rashford back,
Mm.
but it would be weird not to bring him into a pre-training, and then
I think like
no.
yeah, like England is like a dark horse as well. You never really know with them, but I think Portugal has a great team to actually win it this year. The only teams I
Hmm.
really see that are making it far is France as well. Um, Italy is a really really young team,
Yeah,
and
Italy
then
and Spain are both
Germany,
young.
yeah, and Germany as well.
Germany
Like
has good players,
there's a
and their
lot
whole
of
league did well.
players, and we're in like that new era right now where everybody's just bringing up the youngsters. And I
Hmm.
think Portugal has been playing with each other for long enough that it's not a lot of new players that we can
Hmm.
actually make it
Take
far.
advantage of that.
It just
Yeah,
only depends on if we don't get in our head like we did at the World Cup.
yeah,
We got in our head and then a whole bunch of things were released and it was just downhill, you know? I think right now it's a clean slate. Everybody can just get in that motivation and just, just do their best and we'll see. I think Portugal has a good chance on actually winning the Euros. If
yeah,
not, then it is embarrassing. RIP, but
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, again, that's the reason. It's like I could see England winning the whole thing, but I can also see them shitting the bed because of the type of team that they are, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with Germany. They can rather make it to the final because they're at home, or they can shit the bed like they've been doing. Italy has been the same way. Spain has been consistently solid, but again, a whole team of young players makes it tougher to win when everybody's young. They like just been rolling with that young squad since 2018. They kicked out like the Sergio Ramoses, the Jordi Albas are really
Yeah.
early. Like I was just surprised because they had such good players. Um, and then you're looking at other teams that potentially can be doing good, like a Turkey that did well in qualifiers and have been playing solid.
And they
That
do
being
have
like
the Guler, so like you never know. Like we have a lot of dark horses in these matches, I think, or like in this tournament.
Hungary. Hungary
Hungary.
did really well in the qualifiers with the young
Fuck,
players as
who's
well.
that player? Number eight that I no number nine. Remember that number nine?
Yeah, yeah.
Back then I was like, oh my
Not
god.
the,
Whenever that
not
number
the
nine
same
was on
team.
there, I see this guy's
Yeah.
towering over all of our fucking defense. I was like, okay, buddy.
Yeah, this isn't the same Hungary with the sweatpants goalkeeper and the giant number 9 sumo wrestler guy.
Hmm.
This is a Hungary team that has some pretty good quality players on there.
Yeah,
So
so we have a lot. There's a lot going into this Euros, and I'm excited to see what the outcome is. Actually, I'm excited to watch all the games and stuff. Well,
mhm.
all the games I can like try to watch. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's why it's gonna be nice because the games are all timed out 3 a day, all 3 different times, so you can actually watch all of them for round of 16.
yeah,
I think even in the Yeah, round of 16. I think every game is going to be separate timing so that you don't have two at the same time unless you get to the end stages, which is nice. Um, so yeah, no, it's gonna be great for the summer time to be able to watch all the games. And we have some big hitters in the group considering it's again, that's why I actually really like Euros almost like obviously World Cup's the World Cup, but Euros you have good games almost the whole competition
mm-hmm,
because it's the top European teams.
mm-hmm,
Um, And because of that, we get those, teams that you don't expect to do well. And Italy, after not qualifying for a World Cup, winning Euros, not qualifying for a World Cup, you have a Greece that won against us in our home. And that's the thing about the Euros. The host almost never wins,
yeah,
which is another reason why I don't think Germany as well, because they're at home. I think they'll play well. I think they'll make it far. I just don't think they're going to win.
yeah,
So for me, it really is just between England, France, and Portugal, realistically.
yeah. I can see.
Um, and then if Spain want to play amazing,
Yeah,
if Italy
I think
want to play
Spain.
amazing,
I feel like Spain is a little bit better than Italy. Italy's bringing
yeah,
a lot of young players again, but they're they're not very consistent. That national squad
hmm
is just not very consistent anymore. Um, so yeah, we'll see how that all goes. But I actually have to go, so
no
we're gonna
worries,
have to
man.
cut this short. Um, but yeah, that was the stream.
Perfect.
Thanks
Well, yeah,
everybody for tuning in or just listening to us just rant at the beginning for a good 45 minutes or so. I don't know, but but yeah. Anyways,
oh yeah, Bayern Leverkusen. We didn't
yeah,
even touch on Bayern Leverkusen. Won every game and then lost the Europa League final.
yeah.
Still did a
Which
domestic
I
double.
was shocked, but Lookman,
Yeah,
if you watch that game, Lookman fucking hit
amazing.
in
We have
bangers
to.
and he just took them apart. But
We I just had to mention that.
no,
And
I
next
know
time we should predict
we
the
have to.
Euros.
We have,
What
yeah,
we
we're gonna have to do it. But yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways,
sweet.
pieces, guys.
See ya.